Hello everyone and welcome to another Pokemon Trading Card Game live video. My name is Jamie and today I'll be taking you through a deck or a new archetype that has come out from the most recent release, which of course is today, and that is Journey Together. But of course, just before we do go into the video, if you do like this sort of content and you want to see some more content related to the Pokemon Trading Card Game, then as always hit that subscribe button and of course like this video. So today we're going to be looking at a new deck and a new archetype that has come out from Journey Together in this card here, which is N's Zoroark EX. So this is a new concept that they kind of brought back, which is like these trainer Pokemon, so to say. So let's have a look at N's Zoroark EX. So it's a stage 1, 280 HP, it is a dark type, and it has this ability Trade, which we've seen many times throughout the Pokemon Trading Card Game, where you can ditch a card from your hand and draw 2 cards. So I'm sure Zoroark is going to see a lot of play in many decks, not just for its own archetype, not just for N Pokemon, but just because it's pretty consistent and it stacks as well, which means that you can use it multiple times if you have multiple Zoroarks. So, but it does have this attack here. We are in this case attacking with Zoroark EX in Night Joker, so you can choose one of your benches or one of your bench N Pokemon's attack and use it as this attack. So it's also weak to grass as well, which is quite relevant because there are a lot of grass Pokemon in the format. But yeah, that is the idea of the deck. We're just going to be using Night Joker and copying the attacks of our bench Pokemon. So what kind of bench Pokemon do we want to be adding? Well, we're kind of limited for choice at the moment, but there are some Pokemon that we are going to be looking at, which the first one is, of course, is this N's Reshiram. So the Pokemon's attack that you are copying does have to be an N Pokemon. So that's why all the attacks here are N or N Pokemon, so to say. This is one of them. So Powerful Rage is pretty good. Does 20 damage times 20 for every damage counter that you have on your Pokemon. So if your Zoroark is racking up a lot of damage, you can kind of one-shot things with N's Reshiram. So that's pretty good. Keep in mind we don't need as well to use Fire and Lightning Energy. We just need 2 Darkness Energy on our Zoroark in order to be able to use this attack. So that is worth noting. And it has a second attack here for 170. 170 is pretty solid. There are ways of bumping that up. We can get up to like to 200, 210, which we'll see very, very shortly. So that is one thing. So yeah, I've played some games with this already. I've had like my Zoroark on like 200 damage or something like that. And you can just pretty much just one-shot everything with Powerful Rage. So that's pretty good. So that's why we've got that in there. We've also got as well probably the main attacker of the deck, or the main thing that we're copying. There's a stage 1 here, is N's Darmanitan. So you've got this attack here, Backdraft, which is 30 for each energy card in your discard pile. So that is worth considering if you want to use that. But it's got this attack here, Flame Body Cannon, which does 90 and 90 more for to one of your opponent's Pokemon, or another one of your opponent's Pokemon on the bench. Of course, we don't count weakness and resistance for that. So especially given how popular Stage 2 decks are right now, and given that they need to set up, you can actually knock out a lot of things, disrupt their setup as well, knock out the active. If you have something like a Bosses in hand as well, you can boss something up, knock that out, and then knock another Pokemon out on the bench, and depending on their setup, I mean, that could be game pretty early, depending. So yeah, just a very good card. So Reshiram is kind of more aggression. Darmanitan is kind of more to kind of like take knockouts on the bench, that kind of stuff. So yeah, that is the main focus. We can also attack with Darmanitan as well, which I'll show you in a little bit how we do that. But other Pokemon are pretty standard. We've got one Fezandipiti in there, so that's pretty standard. Yeah, could also potentially try. I don't think we can't really attack with that so much, but yeah, just to flip the script. And also we have our Pecharunt EX there as well. So again, this can also attack, which is quite good for 2 Dark Energy. But it's mostly just for its ability, which we can switch in and out of our Pokemon. And of course, poison our active Pokemon as well, which is a good thing because we are playing just the one Binding Mochi in there, so we can bump up the attack just a little bit on our Zoroarks if we want to. We also have, in terms of the trainer line as well, to get our attacks up a little bit more, we've got Defiance Band in there, so you could switch it out for another Binding Mochi if you wanted to. I think that's probably a little bit more consistent. But yeah, so that is, I think, predominantly the Pokemon line. Let's just go back into the trainers. Yeah, I mean, you could change the A-Spec if you want. I've gone with Unfair Stamp for the moment. So you can go with that. Pokemon League Headquarters, this is actually pretty good in testing because people kind of open up with Budew a lot. So if they open up with Budew and you've got Pokemon League Headquarters on there, it requires them to put an energy onto the Budew as well. So so it can kind of stop you, I guess, from getting like turn 2 item locked, so to say. So that's been quite helpful in testing. Standard things otherwise, we've got Buddy-Buddies in there, Arvens, Ionos, I don't really need to explain all that. Rescue, yeah, we've got, Night Stretchers in there as well. Some new cards from Journey Together that might be worth looking at, or might be worth looking at. Ends PP up, so attach a basic energy card to one of your bench N Pokemon, or Ends Pokemon. So that's pretty good. That is our energy acceleration in the deck. So we can power up our Zoroarks much quicker. Do keep in mind that has to be to one of your N Pokemon. So we're already playing like Dark Energy at the moment, so we can't really power up Reshiram, we can't really power up Darmanitan with that. We actually could power up its first attack. It wouldn't do too much damage though, but it's worth keeping in mind nonetheless. Your other Pokemon couldn't be powered up with that, so because they're not N Pokemon. But that is fine, we don't really need that so much anyway. So yeah, that's what that's in there for. Ents Castle as well, pretty good. Gives us free retreat on our Pokemon, so we can kind of maneuver our Pokemon a little bit more. So that is pretty good as well. I think, to be honest, the rest is kind of self-explanatory. I mean, I will leave the deck list in the description box below, so you can kind of go check that out and test it as well if you want. I think in general we do rely on going behind, so that's why I've got 2 Counter Catcher in there. I've got 2 bosses in there as well. You could also take 1 bosses out, put Pal Pad in there if you wanted to as well. Setup wise, yeah, we've got a lot of basics in there. We've got a Budew ourselves. We've got our Zoroark in there when you set that up. We've got Darumaka, yeah, Darumaka, yep, as well. That's 80 HP, so actually Buddy-Buddy wouldn't work for that. But we do have Nest Balls. We've got we're more heavy on the Nest Balls for that reason, and we've got 3 Buddy-Buddies in there as well. So that is that. And energy-wise, we're looking at 6 basic energy, and we've got also 2 reversal energy. So as I said, we do rely on kind of falling behind a little bit to begin with. And this can actually be attached to our Darmanitan. So we can actually, if we're behind on prizes, we cannot attach this to our Zoroark, but we can attach it to our Darmanitan, and then hit with Flame Body Cannon. So that is another way that we can look to attack with Darmanitan if we want to. But yeah, that is the deck. That's the concept of the deck. So the idea is just to copy the attacks of your bench Pokemon, Darmanitans, Reshirams, etc., etc. And that is the list. But yeah, that's the theory. Let's go play a game with it and test it out and see how it goes. Cool. Yeah, I guess so. Why not? I mean, we have Budew and we kind of rely on going behind anyway. But we also have like 3 Buddy-Buddies. We've got like 4 Nest Balls. So it's very likely that we will. I mean, we have 1 Nest Ball there. Oh, Charizard. Okay, interesting. That's an Arcanine. Okay. Yeah, so it's quite likely even going first that we will draw into things like Buddy-Buddies and Nest Balls anyway. So let's see. But yeah, hands. I mean, if that Arven was if it were usable for turn 1, then we can Buddy-Buddy. That would be pretty handy, but we can't unfortunately. But that is okay. Let's see. Oh, we got 2. Nice for the mulligan. Nice. Okay, Darumaka. Let's put that on the bench. That is pretty handy. Buddy-Buddy. Nice. That's why we want to try and go first. There we go. And we've got 2 Zoroarks in hand. Nice. Good setup. Good setup. Nest Ball. Let's get ourselves out a Pecharunt EX because we can tag in one of our Pokemon next turn. That's pretty good. Earthen Vessel. Let's get rid of Arven. Let's take 2 energy there. And we'll bump 1 on Zorua there. Cool. Nice. Good stuff. Good setup. I think that is okay. Cool. I like it. I like it. I like the setup. So 2 Zoroarks down, attach energy, switch Pokemon in. Then we just need the Darumaka, and then we can knock out that Growlithe, and oh, never mind. Spoke too soon. Let's see what we draw. Let's see. Budew. Okay, Darmanitan's in there. We've got Ultra Ball for another we've got reverse energy. We're not going to go behind in prize anyway, but Yeah, we can get the Zoroark out. We've got Darmanitan in there. Still need energy. Alright, let's see. See what we can do. There's another energy that nice, that's good. So that's one thing less. Darmanitan, we need that out. I'm going to hold on to Budew for the moment. 1990, yeah, okay, we could probably get... I think we could probably get game here at this point. Actually, we can. Well, game, I mean, like, you know, they're still in the game, but I think, yeah, I think we've got everything we need. So let's Ultra Ball. Let's... I don't know, alright, let's just get rid of Night Stretcher and Budew, yeah. No, we want Zoroark. There we go. Alright. Cool. So you can see now, like, why. Let's just tag in our Zoroark. Yeah. Cool. Alright, cool. And let's go with Night Joker. So we're going to copy. So I forgot to mention actually in the deck profile that, yeah, Flame Body Cannon, we do need to discard the energy from our Pokemon. But that's okay. We do. That's why we run the NPP up in the deck, so we can get the energy back. So it kind of synergizes one as quite well as well, because not just that, but we also use trade as well, so we can ditch the energies with trade and then, you know, just go down that route and just get the energies back. But that's why, like, I think that Darmanitan is just so powerful, because as you've just seen, like, you can disrupt their setup, and like, even if they get a Charizard out the following turn, they're already behind, you know, what, like 2 turns now? So it's pretty strong. It's pretty strong. So, yeah, that's why I quite like it. That's why I think it's pretty decent. So it's not necessarily game, so to say, but we put them behind quite a bit, so that's good. That's what we want. Cool. Right. So now, so we need to trade, I think. So Iono for 4. Yeah, that's not really ideal. So we want to put Zorua down. No, we need maybe Fezandipiti here. That's good, but then also we want to get some more Zoroarks out. Yeah. So, yeah. I think we put a Zorua down so we can try and maximize the amount of. Probably should Buddy-Buddy actually try to deck them a little bit. But yeah, we want to try and maximize the Zoroarks that we have. Let's see. All right, cool. We've got an energy there. So we need, in theory, we need one of the NPP ups. Let's try and see. We've got an Ultra Ball there. I think we're gonna have to ditch the. Yeah. All right. Let's trade. Let's trade. Let's get rid of Darumaka. Don't need that right now. Still not there. Still not there. We can Ultra Ball. Let's ditch Iono. Let's ditch Team Evolution. Zoroark. Okay. Trade again. Don't really want to get rid of reverse energy, but we are ahead on prizes, so no, we didn't draw it. That's fine. It is what it is. Cool. Then let's just attach it to the bench to be a little bit safe with that. And yeah, I think, do you know what we'll do? What we can do is we can tag in our Zorua just to protect our Zoroark, so we don't concede that many prizes. Then we can go back into Zoroark next turn. That's fine. We've got Iono, we've got Nest Ball in hand. If that Zoroark does get knocked out as well, then we can also get Fezandipiti. We can use Flip the Script. So I believe it was in deck. Don't know if I checked before, did a deck check. But yeah, let's see. Let's see what they do. So either way, racking the damage on Zoroark sometimes is not a bad thing, because we can actually use PAL for Rage as well. Okay, so oh, they ditched. Okay, I thought they were using Switch to tag in their Pokemon. So I don't know what I mean, they're powering, but they're Growlithe here. Thought that the Charizard would have been in play, but maybe that's just the Energy Accelerate. I don't know. Let's see. I think, if I'm not mistaken, we just did bosses as well. Bosses. Well, we didn't. Okay, no bosses in there. Okay, cool. So we can use bosses. We can get up. I mean, that would be ideal, actually. We have our own in hand. We'll probably have to use that anyway. So, right, Candy into Charizard. That is fine. Okay, cool. All right, so they're pretty powered up now. Maximum, okay, so we're probably gonna leave Charizard. That's okay. How much damage are they doing right now? So they're doing. So we're taking 2 prizes. So it's, we're doing. We've got 180, 210, 240. Okay, 240. That's not bad. Which actually, they got maximum belt as well. So actually, they're doing a bit more than that. So 240 or 290. Okay, actually, so we made the right play. Then we made the right call. So, cool. All right, so we need to retaliate. So we do have now Pokemon headquarters. It's basic Pokemon. Basic Pokemon play, but not really doing too much. Okay, so I think the play here would be to knock out the Growlithe and do 90. And then let's just think about so 90. So 90 in the active, that would take it down to what? So 240. And then could we get to? I think we're just a little bit out of reach. But anyway, let's just get Fezandipiti. Check all the contents of the deck. So Unfair Stamps in there, PP, so we've got 3 PP ups in there. Okay, we can actually, there's a few options there. Let's just see how this plays out. Cool. Don't really want to. Okay, so we're pretty good in terms of drawing cards. I don't really want to Iono right now. Cool. Into Castle, that's fine. PP up. Cool. Let's take that and shove that on. I guess we'll put it on the bench. That's fine. We've got 2 there. So we're just missing. Yeah, let's. Should we trade? Yeah, let's just trade. Cool. I just don't want to get the retaliation KO. That's what I'm kind of thinking of right now. We could also just hit for 170, but then it'll knock us out back. It's tough. It's tough. Don't really want to Iono right now. We could trade again. 2 cards in hand. I don't think they're really working with too much. That's cool. That's okay. So, all right. I think next time we have to get a Zorua out. Then we have. Okay, cool. Let's just. But then if we knock this out, their attack's going to increase anyway. Does that make a difference? If we've got maximum belt on there anyway, I guess. Good. So the question is, what do we want to attack with? Once we've got to 150 there, I think Flame Body Cannon. But the problem is with Flame Body Cannon, can we hit the numbers? So 170, so 90. Just Flame Body 90. No, I don't think we can hit the numbers. So I really think that we have to put some pressure on here and go 170. Unfortunately, because I don't think that with 90 we could get a knock-in on this Growlithe right here. But then I think with 170 plus 90. That is 260, and even if we bumped it up by 40, we're still missing an extra 30 there. So unfortunately, it's like we can't. We'll have to 2-shot this, and so that's the only way that we can go down this route. Okay, so, okay, nice, all right, yeah, all right. That said, they're going to hit us for knockout anyway. Yeah, it's 290. That's fine. Are we behind on the prize exchange? I think we are. Okay. So now we can go for the knockout. Yeah, I think we're going to just go for the knockout, right? I was just trying to like overthink it. I was like, if we do 90 and then 90 knock out the Growlithe and we do another 90 spread the following turn, that could work. But I think I'm just overthinking it too much. Let's just keep it basic, keep it simple. So. Okay, that's fine. No tags, no Zoras in there. Okay, that's okay. Good, that's fine. We do have a Zoroark in there, so we'll get a Zorua out and put it on the bench. Cool. Yeah. Cool. It's fine. Let's flip the script. Cool. Ends PP up. Do we want to put that? I guess we have that for next time. We can also go. Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah, I think we should go for knockout. Get a knockout back on this. And then we have Mew on the bench. We've got Fezandipiti as well. Can we get like a bosses or something like that? And we can. That's a potential option as well. Let's see. right. So yeah, this is what I'm kind of thinking. So we have 2 prizes left. So yeah, if we bosses up the Mew and we get a knockout on that, we can also, I mean, 170, we can bump that up. Yeah, we just need the tool card just to get the extra damage on there. Or we could also, another play actually is if we just take 290. If this Growlithe doesn't evolve, we can also do 290s. We can do a 90 and a 70. Okay, let's see. Bosses. Okay, what are the targeting with the bosses? Okay, all right, they see it. They see it. But what are they going to do? So okay, sure. All right. I mean, end castle's out. I can just retreat it, right? That's game. Like, I don't know what they were thinking there, but all right. So yeah, we just use Night Joker, basically, and let's just do 2 Flame Body Cannon. We'll just knock out something on the bench, just a Charmander, and that is game. That's why Flame Body Cannon is very, very good. You don't have all these small basics. There was a Binding Mochi there. That's what I was thinking of. In terms of bumping up the damage, if we're doing 170, we'll bump up the damage a little bit to do a little bit more damage with the Poison and the Mochi. And that would have been knockout on a Mew as well. And that would have been another potential option. But yeah. But at the very least, it's a still relatively new deck. I'm still trying to work it out. But that is Zoroark EX. Let me know, or N Zoroark EX. Let me know what you think of the deck in the comment section below, and yeah, kind of what your thoughts are. I'll leave the list there as well if you want to check it out, edit it. Let me know what you change as well. But yeah, but if you do like this type of content, you want to see some more content related to the Pokemon Trading Card game, especially new decks from Journey Together, then as always, hit that subscribe button, and of course, like the video. That would be great. But there you pretty much have it, guys. That is Zoroark, or N Zoroark EX, should I say. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and see you all in the next one.